Hello. So I'm gonna be starting my day one exercise or routine to be more comfortable speaking in front of a hold on, sorry about that. Uh take two. So I'm gonna be starting out this exercise thing or daily routine so that I could be more comfortable speaking in front of the microphone and be more talkative during streams. Especially, I'm still not used to it, and I'm not gonna be comfortable if I'm not gonna be consistent working my way through all of that stuff. So, let's start, I guess. So yesterday, I just did my stream for almost since the last month or so. I think it's been quite some time since I last did a stream. So let's just check it out right now. So this was the stream I did last night. So I just checked out Honkai Star Rail for the first time. Let's talk about that a bit more later. So for now, let's check when was the last time I streamed. Mostly, it seems to be February this year. I was almost like 9 months ago. So I did a stream about Arc Knights, did a bit of the contingency contract stuff, and the one next to that was Hi-Fi Rush, which I still have not yet finished, though I did sign up for Game Pass subscription 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? I forgot, but I'm very much interested in playing this on stream soon, hopefully soon. But afterwards that, currently I tried out Honkai Star Rail, so initially, I have not been that interested in playing MiHoYo games due to their aesthetic choices, if that's the word. But mostly it's because I'm just not into their gacha gameplay stuff as an overall product. That's no diss to them. It does not work for me. It seems a bit too generic for me in terms of my taste, especially for Genshin Impact, which I'm more of a fantasy guy than a sci-fi guy, but for some reason, I guess it rubbed me off as like a generic aesthetic, especially for the lighting. It does look very pretty. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good looking game, a very nice looking game. The people and the art team and the dev team knocked their asses off to make that shit work on a mobile phone, no less. But I'm not that, just not interested in terms of playing out most of their stuff, except Zenless Zone Zero, since I'm very much hooked for like stylistic trigger, studio trigger stuff, like, Gurren Lagann, Kill the Kill, most of their original anime, eh, excuse me, and their anime aesthetics are very, very energetic. And that Boyo. So I knocked out Genshin. So might as well check out their other ongoing popular game, Star Rail, which I think from what I heard from my friends, that it's a lot bigger and it's a lot better in terms of keeping its players and making them more interested to play and keep them at least less bored once content updates come in every now and then. From what my friends have told me, it's like between a month or two. They always get a new content updates, a new patch, a new story, a new, I guess, banner from the new powerful or new 6 star or 5 star. I don't know what's their highest tier rarity characters, but anyway, I'm digressing. Mostly from what I played last night. So let's dive in. So, any another thing is that, you know, since I reformatted or at least dropped all of my I forgot to back up all of my OBS scenes and settings. I had to redo some of my stuff from scratch. Though to be fair, it's been long overdue, which is nice though. Um, I made a starting soon screen. I used a default background for my profile photo and just expanded it. I added it to my um starting soon screen, so it's a bit static, but hey, I'm just starting out, and I don't think I should invest too much on stuff like graphics or animated stuff just yet, since I think being more fundamental or getting used to more fundamental stuff for streaming and content creation, like talking, being more entertaining, being more active, is something that you should probably, or for me at least, work on, especially for what I asked KZ Excellent the other day. Shoutouts to him. Definitely one of my favorite guys at the moment for streams and posts on Twitter. Mostly there. So I did a starting soon screen. Should probably reduce the time since I've not been a big guy or streaming guy or big following. So it's better to just be more consistent, get those reps in. So likely I'll just cut down the starting soon stuff to like 2 to 3 minutes or maybe even less. Basically, I should have started much, much earlier, but as I said earlier, I had to make some of the new layout stuff from scratch, and that took up a lot more time than I expected. So there's the starting soon screen, then there's the gaming screen. So most of the stuff here, so let's hide the chat box for now. Um, so I added my model, I added an axe. Not sure if I should keep that there, but so far I think it looks pretty nice. Though definitely does feel a little bit more missing or a little missing. So I might add more lines or stripes to make the look more complete at least. Maybe add another object here, some border lines maybe, especially maybe add a chat box, I guess. Then on the lower right is, me, my name. Then above that is my YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not sure yet on what I could upload for the channel since I'm just starting out and I have no plans on how to tackle growing yet, since I just want to try and test things out again, get a feel for it, you know. So there it is. So checking out this intro, I got lost immediately on terms of what the hell was happening, but at the time, I thought it was just like an in media res thing to them. So I have not much clue. People or like some alien dudes boarded the ship. Then we have Kafka. I think yeah, they're here. There she is. There she is. Then I did a bit of walking. Then stuff happened. The tutorial for tutorial it's pretty long. How much did it? And around 30 minutes, decently. I guess it's fairly short, or at least average for a video game tutorial nowadays. Much of the combat is very stylish. It looks like, like pause here, like stuff like, hold on, don't jump yet, girl. There we go. So that. So there's the lower left screen. You have the character party lists. Then on the top left, you have their speed or turn order. Then on the lower right is all of their actions. Oh, I would say it's a very clean, very nice looking uh, battle screen. In terms of UI, so far in terms of the combat, I have not much complaints. It's very nice looking. For their main menu, though, it does take some getting used to, especially even though I'm an Arc Knights player. I'm not sure what else is there. Hold on. Okay, sorry, someone just chatted me. I'll give it a very nice. It's more on one of the good or great battle screens from what I've played so far. Certainly doesn't look like an MMO vomit UI stuff. It's far from it. But for some caveats, I would say Yeah, no complaints so far. Even though it's very much early, the it does take some getting used to in terms of that. But most once you get used to the design language of the combat, how the gameplay mechanics work, I would say it's really good or great. Next up, so the exploration, it's pretty basic. So I mean, it's all right, serviceable most of the time. I should probably try and read some of the outside stuff. Maybe there's more juice inside of them, or at least once you get into the world building and stuff. I heard from Pat, from the formerly Two Best Friends guys, Pat stares at, that most of what's interesting on the game outside of the gameplay interactions is the characters and the world building. Since from what I heard, they're more degenerate once you get to know them later on, which is very, very, very fun and exciting to wait and see. But so far, it's very bland in terms of like serviceable. I can't say it's bland. Usually, you get more used to stuff, but it's carrying hard by its visuals and stuff. I really need to work on the chat box later on as well. If I can, why it gets updated so late, so now it looks like it's so far behind in terms of what's happening real time. Like you can look at here, like Echo chatted around the 25-minute mark, but on the chat, visually, it's what, like 32 minutes into the stream already, or like 32 seconds actually, even. Sorry about that. But yeah, I really need to work on that as well. And I don't know how to like sneak in commentary or like ramblings or like interactions. Now I'm playing story games, which is should try and research as well, since I feel like I'm being too scared to talk, or at least unsure, or at least I guess I get too focused as well, but I don't know really. I should be more mindful for that kind of stuff as well. Work on. Let's see what else. What else? Just character interactions. Checking out the tutorial. For the tutorial, it's pretty decent. I got really confused by the UI stuff. I just can't read that on that stream, which came out as a jab for my friends after checking it out. They one of the things they told me was to just read, man, read, which I will do. I am sorry. Usually I am better at this, but for some reason my mind got scrambled, or at least went very mush for this part, which is which is decent. But a lot of it came down to common sense, which I think the game eases you in terms of its difficulty by sneaking optional bosses, which I really like. Pretty decent. One of the other aspects I think it should teach players more on is the item system. A lot of it is some mumbo jumbo stuff, but even though I have no history with Genshin, or like I only played like for the first 2 or 3 hours of that Genshin Impact game, uh, I think it should explain stuff a lot more, and the item system and the leveling system. I think it just takes a while for the onboarding process to happen, especially if the game has a lot of these mechanics to build on it. So I guess it needs more work in that regard. I don't know if it's a player thing, or it's a dev thing, or maybe it's a bit of both. Maybe I'm just not used to these kind of games nowadays. I sound so old, but I'm just like, I just turned 25 just the other week. But I think so. Yeah. Yeah, the aspects like this one. So far, I think the party composition and gameplay mechanics in terms of like the class system and the elemental weakness system is pretty alright. Though I haven't got any more units outside of the lower half. They only introduced like 3 or 4 elements for me so far, in the game. Though by the trail end of it, they did do like some challenge missions so we can be more acclimated to the gameplay. What? Sorry, excuse me. So exploration. So far, it's bare bones. So far, maybe once I get to the other planets, other zones. So far, since this is just the tutorial, they don't want to cram too much stuff out of it. But so far, it's all right. I guess the mystery of knowing who our main character here is and what their involvement will be in the grander scheme of things will carry most of what the bulk of the story will be. Maybe that changes once we get to the new zones after leaving the tutorial area. So far, it's been like decent, you know? Oh, this one, yeah, the magic system on the open world stuff. I need to like read on how it could work more. I don't know how much I should sneak in reading for my streams since it's not that interesting. I feel for the audience, but who I'm not sure yet. Maybe that could change. Maybe that could be communicated or discussed once I get more feedback on it. Outside of that, like the banners, the polls, I need to learn more on where and when I can do more polls. Maybe I should just bulk save it on my new account. Oh yeah, one other thing. It real I was surprised that it just auto adjust your server on the get-go, since on my first login or first open of the game, uh I changed it before I exited the game for the first time, change it to Asia. But after that, when I relogged, it automatically just made me go into the US server instead, which kind of blows. I thought it just saves you the trouble of like carrying over any stuff, and instead it just defaults, which is a very weird system or option to do. But I'll let you know, guys, what else I can work on after this. I have to review the VOD, to be honest. So, key takeaways mainly. Let's add notes to that probably. What else? What else? What else? Let's probably do notes on that one. Let's switch it over to, you probably can't see my screen, but I opened my note-taking app. But should probably help you on that. So, window capture. I have to rename you to the browser. Next is the Notes app. Should probably add, there we go, Notes. I'll probably put you in Obsidian. Then there you go, automatic. Probably shrink you down a little bit. Can you hide this? You can't. So I just gonna have to crop you. No, there we go. It's the Alt key. Make sure to remember that. There we go. So, okay, let's hide you, Mr. Browser. Mr. Browser. I have to hide you. Go. So, key takeaways from streaming. A1. Should probably. So, first off, I guess prepare your stream settings and make sure it all works, because I had my audio muted for like 30 to 40 minutes earlier, which kind of blows. So we need to work onto that. Do some double checks, do some triple checks even. Check your audio, check your gameplay, make sure you're not muted. We should probably do some test streams further, how it sounds. Probably my voice got a lot chopped up as well on last stream, so let's hope this new settings and filters work well while I'm streaming the game. But let's see. Outside of that, okay. Sorry, I got spaced out for a bit there. Stuff came into my head. Afterwards, be more talkative and commentate more. Definitely, I need to work on ways. Sorry, be more talkative and commentate more. So there's that. So work on ways on how to sneak in talking during gameplay and story segments. Outside of that, maybe be more comfortable, speak more clearly. Definitely not used to speaking in English straight through or in a very long-winded manner at least. What else? What else? Figure out how to balance. Figure out how to balance gameplay. Seamless. No. Stream. Stream viable. I'm not sure that's a good word to use, but I'll still stick with that for now. Figure out how to balance stream viable gameplay and don't get too lost in the thick of things. So far, I don't think I got lost too much or got hyper focused too much, though that might have come off as a detriment as well. But we have to see while we're experimenting more onto other stuff. So far I don't think there's any much else I can discuss outside of all of that. So that's coming up in almost like 22 minutes. Definitely need to check that out tomorrow and review how I've, you know, spoken, how I've delivered my words, have I said them clearly, have I been more comfortable laying out my train of thought. But I let you guys know. I'll review that. Aside of that, thank you so much for checking it out. Peace.